I am a polar bear, and this is my summer of hunger. June, Kaktovik, Alaska. I've been walking for 3 days, and I can already smell it. Whale, not the living kind, the ones I used to dream about as a cub. No, this is something better. Something the Iñupiat people left for us. A gift, or maybe just leftovers. I don't care which. 80 of us gather here every summer now. 80 white shadows, circling the same bones, licking the same blood-stained ice. We used to be solitary. We used to be kings. Now we're scavengers. But I'm not proud. Pride doesn't fill your stomach. The bowhead whale is massive, 20 meters of flesh and blubber. The Iñupiat have taken what they need, carved it with precision, with ritual, with respect. What remains they leave on the shore. Ribs, spine, meat still clinging to bone. To them, it's waste. To us, it's survival. I approach carefully. An older male is already there, his muzzle dark with blood. He growls, low and guttural. I back away. Not yet. Wait your turn. The thing about summer is this. We're not supposed to be hungry. In the past, I could hunt seals until July, maybe August. The ice stayed solid. The ocean stayed frozen. Now, by mid-June, it's melting beneath my feet. The world is warming, and my hunting ground is disappearing. But here in Kaktovik, the feast never stops. 24 hours a day, we gnaw, we scrape, we devour every scrap of fat, every string of muscle, every fragment of cartilage. Nothing is wasted. Some of the bears here have grown fat, comfortable. They return every year, like clockwork. They've learned to wait for the humans to provide. But I don't want to be one of them. I'm 3 years old, just independent, and I still believe I'm a hunter, not a beggar. Spring was different. In April, the ice was still thick. I was still learning. I watched a male, a real hunter, stalk a seal for 2 hours. He moved like smoke, belly flat against the snow, head low, eyes locked. When he finally struck, it was over in seconds. One bite, clean, efficient. The seal's mother surfaced minutes later, her eyes wide, searching. She circled the bloodstain, confused, heartbroken. Then she dove, and I never saw her again. I ate the scraps the male left behind. I'm not proud of that either. I also watched a mother with her cub. They were hunting together, or trying to. The cub was clumsy, enthusiastic, completely useless. He kept standing up, waving his head around, sniffing the air like he was at a picnic. The mother was patient. She would crouch, wait, then nudge him down with her nose. Stay low, stay quiet. They were stalking a ringed seal basking on the ice. The mother moved like a shadow. The cub moved like a landslide. The seal heard them. Of course it did. It slipped into the water before they got within 50 meters. But then, something strange happened. The cub wandered over to the breathing hole and found another seal pup, alone, abandoned, too small to dive. It was right there, easy prey, a gift. But the cub just stared at it. He sniffed it, pawed at it, looked back at his mother like he was asking a question. The pup wriggled, then slipped into the hole and vanished. The mother sat down heavily. If bears could sigh, she did. I understood. Hunting is an instinct. It's learned. And some of us learn slower than others. By July, the ice was gone. Not all of it, but enough. Enough to make hunting impossible. Enough to send us inland toward the coasts, toward the places where food might still exist. Some of us went to Kaktovik, others headed to Hudson Bay. I chose Hudson Bay. I'd heard stories. Walruses, belugas, rich, fat, abundant. The kind of prey that could sustain you for weeks. But I'd also heard the risks. Walruses are not seals. They're enormous. A full-grown bull weighs over a ton, with tusks longer than my forearm and skin thick as armor. Even the calves are dangerous, protected by mothers who will fight to the death. But a calf, if you can separate it from the herd, if you can move fast enough during the chaos, that's worth the risk. I found them on a small island, hauled out, exhausted. There were hundreds of them, packed together like boulders, snoring, scratching, molting their skin in the summer heat. I swam downwind, silent, invisible. My heart was pounding, but I kept my breathing slow, steady. Then I charged. The herd exploded. Walruses bellowing, rolling, trampling each other in their panic to reach the water. Tusks flashing, bodies colliding. And there, in the chaos, a calf, separated. Confused, I grabbed it by the neck and dragged it into the water before the mother could react. It fought. It screamed, but I held on. 30% of its body weight was fat, pure, rich, life-giving fat. I ate for hours. I buried the rest in the sand to save for later. That one kill bought me 2 weeks. But not everyone was so lucky. I saw a young male collapse on the shore, too thin, too weak. He'd been walking for days, maybe weeks, searching for food. His ribs showed through his fur. His eyes were dull. He didn't get up. I also saw a mother with 2 cubs. She was gaunt, desperate. She needed to eat, but she also needed to nurse. The cubs were too young to hunt, too dependent. I followed them, keeping my distance. Not to hunt them, just to see what they'd do. She led them to a tidal bay where belugas come to molt, to scrub their skin against the gravel. Sometimes, when the tide goes out too fast, 1 or 2 get stranded. We got lucky. A young beluga, stuck, thrashing in shallow water. The mother killed it quickly, then called her cubs over to feed. I stayed in the water, scavenging what I could. She didn't chase me away. Maybe she understood. Maybe she just didn't have the energy to care. When the cubs were full, she nursed them. I finally came ashore and ate what was left. She saved my life that day, whether she meant to or not. Summer wore on. My metabolism slowed. My body adapted, burning fewer calories, conserving energy. But it wasn't enough. I ate berries. I ate kelp. I even tried catching salmon, though I'm terrible at it. Not like the brown bears. They're artists. I'm just trying not to starve. I caught one, eventually. It wasn't pretty, but it was food. November, the ice returned. Not everywhere. Not as thick as it used to be, but enough. I walked out onto it cautiously, testing each step. The ice was soft, salty, fragile. I spread my weight across all 4 paws, moving slowly, carefully. Below me, somewhere in the dark water, seals were breathing. I could hear them. This is what I was born to do. Not scavenge, not beg, hunt. I crouched low, listened, waited. My breath fogged in the cold air. My muscles coiled. Somewhere beneath the ice, a seal surfaced at a breathing hole. I pounced, missed, but that's okay. Winter is long. The ice will thicken. The seals will multiply, and I'll learn. I'm a polar bear. I'm 3 years old. I've survived my first summer alone. Next year, I'll have a choice. Go back to Kaktovik, eat the easy meat, grow fat and dependent. Or return to Hudson Bay, take risks, hunt walruses, learn new skills. I don't know which I'll choose yet, but I know this. The world is changing. The ice is shrinking. And if I want to survive, I need to change with it. I'm not just a hunter anymore. I'm an opportunist, a scavenger, a survivor. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. Every meal is a gift. Every sunrise is a second chance. This is the Arctic, and nothing here is guaranteed. But I'm still here, still breathing, still fighting. And that's what matters.